Senator Moran, you have 6 minutes.
Thank you, I too would like to welcome the Minister back to the House this afternoon. The education system has a key role to play in fostering and developing the skills and innovation base to support economic recovery and the development and expansion of the enterprise sector. We have a huge problem, and I think that's been outlined again today by several people, of youth employment in the country, with 82,000 or 14% of our 15 to 20-year-olds currently unemployed. And I welcome the Minister's comments today on the commitment of the Government to the Youth Guarantee, which I certainly look forward to and think it will be a huge asset. In the past, many of those who left school went on to complete apprenticeships or got jobs in perhaps retail or the service sectors, but these opportunities have dried up almost completely with the onset of the recession. Many of the young people are now choosing to stay on or returning to education to give themselves the best chance of securing employment as the economy recovers. Further education and training has been provided over the years by a range of agencies with an investment total of some 900 million annually at present. There are approximately 9,000 staff employed in the centres throughout the country, offering over 270,000 places to learners on full-time, part-time, formal and informal courses. And of course we know that the aim primarily being to meet the needs of early school leavers, to provide second chance education for people who didn't get the opportunity to complete their Leaving Cert, and to provide vocational preparation and training for the labour market entrance and re-entrance. So, for example, in 2012 there were 32,688 places on PLC courses for learners over 16 who had completed Leaving Cert or equivalent, or adults returning to education. Then there are the part-time programmes such as the Back to Education initiative, again, which, you know, in my experience as an educator as well, I've kind of seen the advantage of people and the adults who have gone back to avail of this second chance at education. Up to now, one of the biggest providers for further education and training has been FOSS. Last year, FOSS provided 81,500 market-led and client-focused training interventions for unemployed people, with a total investment of 420 million in current expenditure. One of the excellent initiatives that the Government rolled out last December was the Momentum programme, which will provide 6,500 places for the long-term unemployed, which, as I said, started in December. However, this is a sector of our education system which has been crying out for change. The Government has embarked upon a major reform in order to ensure our education and training programmes are fit for purpose. There is little doubt that there has been duplication of courses across the spectrum and areas of provision, which need complete reform if we are to ensure that taxpayers get the best possible value for money. We have to embrace this change. We all know the FOSS brand has been somewhat tarnished in recent years, and I welcome the new Training Authority, Education and Training Authority, SOLAS, which will be responsible for commissioning and funding the delivery of the service from the 16 new education and training boards, which will replace the 33 existing VECs. These boards will be responsible for the planning and delivery of all the vocational training and further education in their region. SOLAS will also have the freedom to commission private sector providers where it deems appropriate. Further education and training will no longer be an indistinct sector with no real identity. It will be more akin to the higher education sector, with SOLAS having many parallels with the Higher Education Authority. A core part of its role will be to ensure the referral of job seekers to appropriate courses, and therefore the inclusion of a guidance service, I think, will be very important. Questions have been raised in the past about the quality and relevance of the courses at this level. With so many providers and programmes, it has indeed been difficult to ensure that the learner gets the best possible teaching and training. SOLAS will have a role in auditing and quality assuring the programmes that are delivered, and will also have the task of ensuring that teachers and trainers undergo continuous professional development. And I think we've talked about that before, and the importance of continuous professional development. As in all areas of education, the learner has to be at the core of the whole process. I think, you know, myself having spent time in youth reach things as well, courses as well. I think if the trainees themselves are not interested in what they're doing and that the courses that are supplied for them are just merely there as gap fillers or because the teacher was there and was available to take a course in a certain subject, I think it's key to keeping them there and to keeping the interested in it, that as I said, that it's all the trainee centred. There are no doubt challenges ahead, not least those surrounding the very differing terms and conditions of employment of teachers in further education services and those of FOSS trainers, which we've referred to particularly in the area. And I know that the area of holidays and where, you know, FOSS and Youth Reach and Solace, these courses were going to be year-round, whereas in the schools they're, you know, thank you. So I do think that integrating the two is not, that's not going to be very easy. The recent job announcements, and we keep coming back to them, in the digital economy sector, such as those from eBay and PayPal in my hometown also, have brought a great sense of hope for those seeking employment, but have also brought into focus the urgent need for our workforce to have skills in ICT, foreign languages, international business, engineering and technology. And it is something I think that we are all pushing for. Senator Darcy referred to it early as well, and I know, speaking with Louise Phelan, that it is an issue, but as I said, and I think Senator Darcy was completely right in saying that we need to ensure that the next generation, and put the emphasis into teaching foreign languages, particularly Chinese, I think, is one that's causing a problem at the moment. So Solace will work with those experts who can forecast future skill needs so that courses can be developed that will respond to the needs of the economy. As I stated earlier, the further education and training sector of the education system has been crying out for reform. There's no doubt that there is excellent work being done by passionate and dedicated people in the VECs, in the FOSS training units, the colleges of further education and so on. The changes proposed in the Further Education and Training Bill will put the learner at the heart of the process, ensure that they are empowered to access the courses that they need and progress through the system to achieve their goals. Again, I would like to commend both Minister Cannon and Minister Quinn for the great work that has been done and the change to further education, the biggest change in further education in over 70 years, and the biggest change certainly in the training sector since FOSS was established over 25 years ago. So I thank you.